Okay, we've got Dynasty. Gonna get a Dynasty recording in here for Sean, or Edgeless, that is. Oasis, one of my favorite maps. One of the things I can't see in spectator mode is the plans, but if you're unaware, basically what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put on the Z plan immediately, and then you can see your low power now. So as soon as this factory or machine shop finishes, you're going to want to turn off that Z plan so you're not getting slowed down in your first rig. So yeah, you'll be able to afford, you'll be able to have enough power for these two structures, and then your next building will be your power plant. So you won't have to go low power. Yep, technician going out. I would definitely recommend setting your rally points. Looks like your barracks isn't your barracks is just having them set here at the start. Yeah, same thing from the machine shop. Just throw your rally point somewhere in here, because there's a high chance you'll be looking away for some time, and like this, in that time that the rig wasn't moving, it could have been on the way while you were looking at something else. You wouldn't really have any downtime. So yeah, you know you're going to send, so for barracks rally point, you know you're going to be sending your stuff to here and here to capture those TPCs. So just send, at the start of the game, if you want to go for this one first, and you can send your rally point there. Then as soon as that technician comes out, you can send your rally point over here. So these guys are kind of not sitting around, and they're at least on the way to this area. Because as you can see, there's Leaf is coming over here with a field scout. So you're going to want some Dynasty guards to defend over here. Otherwise your engineer is going to get captured, destroyed. Yeah, for Dynasty, you got to pay really close attention to your power here. You're pretty much going to want, like, every other building almost should be a power plant. Yeah, so you should be going for 2 now, actually, to make up for the distribution mode. Some vision up here. A simple tip for this map specifically, these fortifications are all extremely important for having your vision on the map. Because if you go to Leaf's point of view, 1, 2, 3, he can see 75% of the map, and if he actually had one of these, he could see all the way across that diagonal. So it's really important to have those. The fortifications give like twice as much sight range as the bunker, so that's really important to get, so you can spot any attacks coming from your opponent. Going for 3 rigs so far and a Havoc for scout, that's fine. Okay, so rig counts, let's talk about that. So this field can have anywhere from like 3 to 5, I've seen work pretty well. You're not going to want to send one down here yet, because you can still fit plenty more here. This field is not as small as it actually looks. It's really dense, so they can take some mining for a decent amount of time. This field down here kind of sucks. It's growing, so it's not really big yet, so you can see it's not really a dense patch of stuff down there. But this is where you're going to get your value immediately. So he's got a group of Havocs coming out here. That's good. If you're gonna come out early with these Havocs, I definitely recommend putting them in a control group and paying close attention to them, because losing Havocs this early is very painful for Dynasty. And yeah, you gotta make sure you get your TPC captured. Just a general tip, I would say don't try to do too much too fast, because this pressure can be good if you're going for these Havoc attacks, but you don't want to sacrifice in other areas, like something simple like this, like you gotta get your TPC captured. It's just that simple. And fighting in the middle of the map is also not something you want to do with the Havocs. You want to go pick off a target like like this TPC, or maybe even a tech structure at this point, because fighting the army with Havocs alone, the Havocs die to like everything in a straight up engagement, so they're really supposed to be for like hit and runs on vulnerable structures and whatnot. So GDF's kind of got everything they need to deal with this. I would okay. So before you get your radar, you're gonna want to go for at least 3 or 4 factories, machine shops. Yeah, and rig counts in general, kind of the same. It should kind of closely line up to GDF. So you should have like at least 6 by now. But that's the thing about Dynasty though. You need a lot of factories, because your production is your economy comes from the factory, right? So you need at least 1 or 2 factories making rigs at all the time if you want to be expanding properly. So you're going to need at least 2 more if you want to have actual army production. So I would just say for now, as a general guideline for every map, go for 4 factories for your tier 2. You can even do 5, but maybe just keep 4 as a number for now. And then I want to make sure you have 1 factory producing a rig at all times, just so you cannot forget to keep your economy going. And for this map, a little bit of a building trick. You can either do your factories all the way on the edge over here, or you can actually do an MCV move after your first 3 buildings here. And the MCV move would go up here basically and just throw it right down here, and then you can place your factories right alongside here to get to this next field, because you really want to go to this field before this one, because of what I said earlier. This field isn't really grown yet. But yeah, in general, you just gotta keep pumping these rigs, because 3 is not going to support even this amount of army at the moment. Yeah, you can just see the difference in overall map control. So GDF's kind of got everything he needs here to take the game, but I would say don't worry about human opponents yet. Just go into a skirmish and practice a little bit of pumping out your rigs. You're getting your factories up to 4, and then making sure you have practice actually placing all your rigs, because it's harder than it sounds, to making sure you're getting all those rigs placed in the right spots. And speaking of rig placement, these 2 are fine. So you can see that they're taking up like this kind of an arc, right? Because they're going to go to the closest spot. So you're going to want to basically surround every field. And then if you were to have 2 more rigs on here, you just put them here and here basically to get even distribution. Let's see, doctrines, intention doctrines, yeah. So, yep, those 2 are fine to get, especially if you're going for a few Havocs. You're going to want the explosive AoE one. And then he's got the infantry health one as well, which is fine. If you're gonna go for this one, then you're probably gonna want to be actually building infantry. So if you can also do 2 barracks in the middle of those 4 factories, but doing them after this radar station is just kind of late. Yeah, this is what you're dealing with, though. Okay, GG's. Kind of quick game, but I hope that was kind of helpful.